We'll see how inputs are affecting the crop production through current affairs. The first one is the International Soil and Water Forum 2024. It was held in December 2024 it was co-organized by Food and Agricultural Organization and Thailand's Ministry of Agricultural Cooperatives. It is mainly focused on raising awareness about the soil degradation and also water scarcity. Soil and water are basic inputs for any agricultural crop. And here the solutions are also proposed for revising this degradation to ensure food security and also environmental. By overusing of underground water and also because of climate change, the monsoons are become unpredictable, leading to the water scarcity, and also growing same crop every season, the soil gets degraded such that the crop production decreases. Further, the solutions has been provided by this forum to ensure the food security and also the environmental health. This highlights the global emphasis on the soil and water conservation as critical resources for sustainable agricultural and climate resilience. This forum mainly focused on to address the soil degradation, also water scarcity. In soil degradation, it is addressing the erosion, nutrient depletion and salinity. In water scarcity, the efficient irrigation techniques like drip irrigation and water recycling methods, which improves the agricultural productivity and also sustainable food systems. Here, the participated nations shared best practices for the soil rejuvenation and also for conserving the water. It promoted the technology transfer such as using the GIS-based soil monitoring, which means it is used to study the soil health by using the maps and satellite data and also advanced irrigation systems. By this, it strengthens the international partnerships for knowledge sharing and also technology transfer and combating the global environmental challenges. The soil and water are fundamental for ensuring the long-term agricultural productivity, as the degraded soil and also water scarcity impacts the crop production, which leads to the risks in meeting the global food demand. This degraded soil water scarcity leads soil degradation and water scarcity impacts the crop production, means it reduces the crop production and it affects the income of the farmer, it impacts the livelihoods, it impacts the food security in the country, it impacts the global trade, it has impact on environment. It also affects the food prices, and it also affects employment in food processing industries and also trade dependent on the. That's why to prevent these crises, we need improved irrigation and also the soil conservation. So here the inputs of agriculture play important role in the crop production. Healthy soil acts as a carbon sink and also reduces the greenhouse gas emission. Here the healthy soils absorb the carbon dioxide and acts as the carbon sink, which reduces the greenhouse gas. Efficient water use minimizes over extraction and protects aquatic ecosystems also. Agriculture also plays a role in mitigating the climate change and also maintaining the ecological balance. We need policy interventions for strengthening the global frameworks like the voluntary guidelines for sustainable soil management and by adopting the precision farming soil restoration technique. Here the Indian government has launched various schemes in these years for improving the soil health, water conservation and also sustainable farming, like Soil Health Card, which was launched in 2015, which provides farmers with soil fertility reports and also it recommends the nutrients which are required for the and other schemes like Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, which focuses on the organic farming and also efficient. These schemes helps in sustainable FIS role, Food and Agricultural Organizations role. It helps in monitoring the soil health and water conservation, and it also develops guidelines for sustainable agricultural practices including the soil rejuvenation and drought resilience. This initiative of FAOs aligns with the India's goals for soil health management and water conservation under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. This focus mainly on water usage in agriculture. This interconnects the soil health, water conservation and climate change for achieving the sustainable development, and it also aligns with the agricultural policies, environmental conservation for long-term sustainability and global stability. Let's take some questions. With reference to Soil Health Card in India, consider the following state. This scheme was launched by the government in 2015 to provide farmers with the information about the health of the And it also recommends the fertilizers to be used, means it reduces the overuse of the fertilizers, which improves the soil fertility, which ultimately leads to the increase in the crop product. The soil health card provides the nutrient status like levels of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and the organic carbon, and also other micronutrients. And it also helps understanding the pH levels, alkalinity of the, and it also recommends the crops which are suitable for the soil texture. Now let's see the statements. First statement, it aims to assess the nutrient status of soil and recommends the crop specific fertilizers. It assesses the nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, carbon, and other micronutrients, and it also recommends the fertilizers which have to be used for the crop. The scheme covers all the type of agricultural land including forest area. The forest areas are not included. It provides information to the farmers. Statement 2 is incorrect. We can eliminate option C and D. Statement 3, it helps in promoting the organic farming practices across India. Statement 3 is also, it encourages the organic farming by promoting the compost, manure, and other biofertilizers for the crop. So statement 1 and 3, option B is the right answer. Next question, which of the following practices can improve water use efficiency in agriculture? For using water efficiently, we can use irrigation techniques like drip irrigation. In drip irrigation, it delivers water directly to the plant roots and also reduces the wastage. We can use sprinkler. Here, this technique mimics the rainfall, ensuring uniform water distribution. It distributes the water uniformly over the crop. So this is one technique. Next technique is laser leveling. Here we level the land such that the water distribution, such that it ensures even water distribution by leveling field. And other technique which conserves the soil moisture. Here we use the straw, leaves, or plastic to reduce the evaporation. We use these on the soil such that the evaporation decreases. And also cover cropping. Here we grow plants around the crop to protect the soil from drying out. And also we can follow the crop diversification, which helps maintain the soil health and optimize water use. And also drought resistant crops like growing millets, pulses, and other less water intensive crops. And there are also some government initiatives which promotes the water efficiency. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, we already saw this in previous question. Efficient water irrigation. It has also slogan that more crop, and Jal Shakti Abhiyan, which promotes the water conservation and management. And also Atal Bhujal Yojana, which focuses on the groundwater recharge and sustainable use. Here Bhujal means groundwater and it's sustainable. Let's see the options. First one is mulching. It is one of the practices which can improve the water efficiency. Drip irrigation, yes. Generally, we plough the soil before planting the crops, but in this zero tillage, the soil is not ploughed and the seeds are sown directly into the undisturbed soil with crop residues from the previous season left on, such that it prevents the soil erosion and also enhances the soil structure, and the crop residue acts as the mulch and prevents the water evaporation. It is also correct. In this, bunding is nothing but the raised barriers along the contour lining such that the water is trapped behind the bunds and allowing it to seep into the soil instead of running, such that it reduces the soil erosion, improves the soil moisture retention, and also enhances the crop productivity. Option 4 is also correct. All 4 are correct. Option D is the right answer. Here in this question, the type of soil degradation is given and given its cause. First one is salinization. Salinization is the accumulation of, this happens because of excessive irrigation and also poor drainage system. Waterlogging increases evaporation and leaves salts in the soil. First one is correct. Next one is acidification. It is a process by which soil becomes more acidic. This happens because of overuse of chemical fertilizers and also continuous monocropping, means same crops repeatedly depletes the nutrient, making the soil acidic. Second one is also correct. Soil erosion. Soil erosion is nothing but removal of the top layer of the soil which have nutrients and other essentials which helps for the plant growth. This happens because of deforestation, overgrazing, and also unsustainable farming. Third one is also correct. All 3 are correct. Option C is the right answer. Solve these 2 questions also for practice. Next topic is Global Status of Salt Affected Soils Report. This report was launched by the, as we already saw, International Soil and Water Forum. It was held in December 2024 and co-organized by the FAO and also Thailand Minister of Agriculture. So this report, Global Status of Salt Affected Soils, was launched by this forum. This report highlights the critical global issue of soil salinization and its impact on the agriculture and also food security. We already saw what is soil salinization means, and the water evaporates and the salt left behind which becomes soil salinization. It is released by the Food and Agricultural Organization and it was launched during the International Soil and Water Forum 2024. It was launched by FAO during this Soil and Water Forum. This report gives the details of the salt affected soils. Here 1.4 billion hectares of land affected by salinity, and additionally 1 billion hectares are at risk due to the climate change and also human activities. It demonstrates the scale of issue and linking it to the land degradation, desertification and also food insecurity. Definitely it impacts the crop yields. Excessive salinity reduces the soil fertility, leading to the significant crop losses up to 70% in rice, and this emphasizes the direct impact of salinity on global food. Salinization of soil reduces the soil fertility, which definitely affects the food production. This affects the global trade. Coming to the causes, the climate change, the rising temperatures and also erratic rainfalls can also causes the soil salinity, and also man-made activities like excessive irrigation and poor drainage can also causes soil salinity. It highlights the unsustainable agricultural practices and climate change in soil degradation, and it also suggested some solutions such that we can adopt the sustainable irrigation practices like drip irrigation, mulching, zero tillage and also contour bunding, and also salt tolerant crop varieties should be grown, and also strengthening soil health also mitigates this soil salinity. These solutions aligns with the sustainable farming and global cooperation to mitigate the soil degradation and improves the food security. You can solve these questions. Let's move on to the next topic, advancements in farming technology.